Oh my gosh, I need to cough. Oh my goodness. We're still sick, everybody, but regardless, I hope you've had an amazing Tuesday, April 9th. Ooh, wow. Using my voice. Haven't used it in a bit. I took some medicine right before this. I took a cough drop. I've been munching on cough drops all day, I gotta be honest. Yeah, hope you're all having, sincerely, an amazing Tuesday. I've had a pretty good day so far. Just cooked for the week. It was a bit rainy today, but we're getting some clear skies right now. Still recovering from whatever disease I may be afflicted with. But yeah, stream is actually, it was not going to be on time today. And then, because I not only did cooking take a lot longer than it should have. I also have to move my paper to the side of it. Oh geez, completely ruined it, and it just got unfocused. Wow, oof. Oh, are we coming back? Come on. Maybe? Why is it so unfocused today? Like, this is the second time. I'm just gonna manually set it like usual, and then... Come on, oh, we're getting there. Perfect. 40s, of course, it's always in the 40s. Anyways. I can't pick a flower for today. Oh, okay, cool. Delano just gave me the go-ahead to make a streaming channel in our Discord. Put it right here. We'll put it underneath this right here. I'm gonna drop my streams in here from time to time. Cool. Oh, that is not the stream. That is a plant. Cool. Yeah, so I can't come up with what plant I want to do today. Drop Discord in the description. Oh, okay. Delano would like us to put the description or the Discord in the description of these videos. Huge. Yeah, but I can't figure out what plant to do today. We have a couple options in here. We'll actually we'll go to display room. Yeah, I guess we could do this. Okay, wait. And then Purif. That's not very helpful, isn't it? Oh, geez. Maybe we have to change our window capture method. There we go. Okay, cool. So yeah, we're just gonna go to the little display room here. It's gonna look a bit jank, but we'll deal. So these are called, I'm losing the names. I have so many open. Hepatica. Hepatica. I think that's how you pronounce it. Hepatica. Very pretty. Purple, of course. And here's my dilemma, right? When it comes to, let's make this bigger for you guys. When it comes to these, studies, is I don't want to do the same thing over and over again. I kind of want to, explore, find things that are a bit difficult and different for me. Also, let's see, continuing off of that, I just found this. It looks very cool. I can't find an image that I like. I want to find images that are also like referenceable, and I mean, if we were just doing a solo plant, I mean, look how cool and mysterious. I don't want to save this. Let me copy it. Copy image. Thank you. Yeah, so this, whoa, that's a big image. Oh my goodness. We have this very, very beautiful plant. It is called Clematis Jackman. Jackman's Clematis. Very interesting name. I can't really find an image that satisfies me in this regard of drawing them. There's a couple of contenders. But once again, these aren't like super uber duper challenging, kind of like the other ones, because those were like different forms. And honestly, what I may do before we even get started today is just look at other people's, not specifically what they drew, but the plants, right? I think that would be quite fun. Anyways, I'm gonna search through the Clematis. Jeez, I suck at this. This is why I'm not a botanist, guys. I think the one I like the most, which isn't that high quality, I want a lot of detail, I want to be able to really zoom in. What about this one? That's a very poor image. What about this one? Nah. All very underwhelming. We could also do something like a cactus or something of the sort. We could do this one because this one's like the most dynamic and I think would be the most challenging. There we go. Could do this. This is another option. Cool beans. And then finally, there was another that I was gonna look up, but I can't remember what. I'm completely blanking. Oh yeah, there's also wild violets, but I can't find an image that makes me happy. And yeah, so if you guys have any input, please let me know, because I have absolutely no idea what I want to do today. There's some what just escaped my mind. I was gonna say something important. Dang it. Yeah, because like these aren't wildly difficult. I mean, they will have their own challenges in their own right? But nothing too crazy, because these are overall just this, and we're not going to be doing texture. So volume-wise, of course, this one has the most. I hate those little stems. But hey, you know, let's just do this one. So these are, let me pull up the name again, and we'll also pop over to our warm-up area. It's just mirror's a bit darker. Here, wait. Huh. Everything feels a bit darker. I don't know why. Interesting. Anyways, so what we're going to do here is we are going to get the name of that. That's what I was going to do. That's one of the things I was going to do. That is a Hepatica. Hepatica. Okay. So we'll be drawing Hepaticas today. My voice hurts a lot. I just swallowed. Oh my gosh, my voice hurts. So we may be a bit quieter today. Hope that's okay with you guys. It probably is. And yeah, so of course, as per usual, before we get started, feel free to drop in chat what you're working on, what you're doing. It is scientifically proven that not only interacting with the channel will make me happier, but stating what you're doing explicitly will show greater results, because it kind of makes a concrete goal of what you're working on. Very, very helpful tip. Oh geez, just kicked my desk again. The celebratory kicking my desk every stream. I kind of moved my camera setup a tiny bit, and I kind of want to do it again. Yeah, anyways, let's get into it. Start a timer. And yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Oh, wait. We need an underpage. So I was setting up so fast today that got out of my groove. There we go. Good stuff. Let's do our usual box. Let's do it more in the center this time, just for funsies. Make it really skinny. And those are always quite difficult to draw. I really want to play Skyrim for some odd reason. No clue. I didn't commit fully to that one. Good line work so far. Hey, what's up, Delano? We are back at it again. We're drawing Hepaticas today. If you can check, like, there's no funny or just direct stream name today, because I couldn't come up with a plant before we started streaming. Hope your day is going well, Delano. Let's just put that right there. Long boxes will always be my doom. We're actually going to bring this one in just a tiny bit more than we should, because everything's always dramatic on this end. We're going to raise it up right there. Perfect. Why do I want to play Skyrim so bad? It's like an urge, a primordial drive. I just realized, oh, yeah, I'm studying like always after Friday. I'll be free to draw to my heart's content. Amazing. I think you should keep studying, though, because I still need a head start. But glad to hear that's almost over. And then you're going to make the perfect grade. You're going to get the kabillion with 15 extra bonus points. And all will be well. I can't wait for it. I'm in a similar boat, just got about 4 more weeks. Technically 3. You've given me, and I'm still drawing boxes. Oh, that was a bit inaccurate. Like a manga, yeah. He's better start cooking when he gets back. Hey, Delano, that just means I'm not allowed to catch up, right? Give me all this extra space. It would be awful if I cut up now. You gotta go even faster, because I'm catching up. I said that like 12 times, God. see, this one foreshortens quite a bit. I'd say this is a mighty accurate one right here. These are going to be practically parallel. Yeah, I'd say that's a bit more accurate. Very square-like. Don't worry if you catch up, we're just duo-cue the lesson. I love that. I was in a rainbow match recently. We were in casual. Oh, geez, wow, that was really inaccurate. And we usually play casual when I'm playing because I'm not good at the game and I kind of like let the team down with ranked, which I'm okay with. But like us 5-stacking, you know, we're all plats. We all have been plats, right? And so 5-stacking casual is kind of OP. Like literally on R6 stat tracker, it just shows we like commonly have either a 99% or like a 50% chance of winning. Recently, my friends who I we 5-stack with, he had a 25 win streak with majority 4-0s. But that aside, Siege's terrible ranking system aside, someone said that us 5-stacking was sweat behavior. How? Like what in the world? And we were also droning. What makes that? Are we? And this is also why in Siege I have chat turned off, because nothing good comes from any of it at all, ever. Well, okay, so this one's somewhat accurate down here, so we'll compromise and go a bit right there. Yeah. That's a problem with multiplayer games. People take them so seriously they forget that games are supposed to be fun. For sure. For sure. I used to definitely be that way with Siege and TF2. And I realized it is just a game. And I think the reason that happens is because people stake so much of their time into it that it becomes part of their identity. And once you lose, you're literally... Hello, Fatima. We're talking about why video games are evil and horrible and you should never play them. Also, thank you very much for the kind comment the other day. We're still recovering from the disease, the unknown disease. Maybe you and your chemistry knowledge could somehow diagnose it. But yeah, I hope you are well. Hope studying for the AP tests are going well. You've got it, for sure. But yeah, people play so much video games, and this is coming from the guy who has 6,000 hours in TF2. That yeah, it becomes part of their identity, and so when they lose, it's like losing a major tournament. Especially if it's someone who does not stake as much time as they do into it. And the solution isn't necessarily to play less and not stake as much on it, or the solution is to not stake as much on it. You don't have to necessarily play less. Like if you play video games for an hour a day, that's not bad at all. 2 hours, not even, yeah. But you know, you don't want it to literally consume you. That's very bad. I'm gonna start up here. Thanks. Decent. Bit smaller right here. Get a bit smaller right here. I want this one to be a pretty small degree. Middle. Oh my gosh! So I'm listening to a Zelda sound. Honestly, I need to start streaming the video game music that I listen to. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Oh my gosh. So I'm listening to, yeah, Breath of the Wild soundtrack, right? And it's playing Cass's theme. I learned how to play Cass's theme on piano. It was it still is, like, I still remember it. It is one of my favorite things to whip out in the piano, and I love Cass so much as a character. Yeah, oh my gosh. Good stuff. Shout out to Cass, everybody. Maybe one day we should draw him. I really love the style of all the avians from Breath of the Wild. I think they look really cool. Okay, we're gonna leave a lot of room for this bend right here. Cool beans. Try not to use my elbow. You're like being stiff. It's kind of like in drumming. If you're too stiff, you're never gonna hit it. You just need to flow, release your shoulders, kind of roll them back, you know, not be so stiff. Which, while you're starting art, is really counterintuitive, because if you want control, you got to be stiff. Or seemingly so. Ay. Always lose control somehow there. That was decent. I like that one. Decent. Honestly, yeah, the only crazy mistake right here was on the sharp turn. We're definitely getting better, guys. And yeah, it was a bit non-bendy right here, so we could have comfortably added an ellipse right there. Oopsies. Anyways, let's do another branch. I swear, oh my gosh, last time we had exactly 45 seconds remaining as well. Fine, instead of doing branches, let's just do some ellipses. That would satisfy me. Thanks, very committed moderator. Delano, you get a raise. A viewer has committed to you, so you get 0.01 more cents per month. Maybe I'll buy all the mods food for the year. I don't know. Make sure your ellipses are different degrees when doing these branches. Yeah, so... Oh my gosh, what the heck? My music just jump scared me. We try to do that. We could have varied it more here. This should have definitely been a smaller degree. And we typically do, but I drew it in kind of all the wrong positions. Because I imagined it, you know, getting really wide right here. Which, in fact... Did it? I didn't even do that. And I could put double... Wait, what? I hate how the heart on YouTube covers the text. I could put a double at with this raised. These ellipses didn't turn out poor for once. I'm very happy with that. Oh, okay. We jinxed it. Always somehow mess it up. Wow, that was really good. When I'm more relaxed, probably because I'm on drugs right now. on the good kind of drugs, right? Definitely see a bit better improvement, less wiggly lines. I say, and then do wiggly lines. Yikes. Okay, well... Good warm-up. I'm happy with this. Pretty simple. I wish we did another branch, but it is what it is. I think we're adequately warmed up, and we'll march on to the next. So today, we are drawing Hepatica. I think, you know, I'm going to Google this real quick. I want to see how it's actually pronounced. Hepatica. I feel like a British accent could pull it off real well. Hepatica. Pronunciation. Hepatica. 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 Okay, cool. Hepatica. So it's a H, not a He. A Hepatica. There's an era. Also, so true about the games part. Games just straight up demands at least 100. Yeah, that is very true. Yeah, as a person who's really just dropped off on the video game sphere, I have some friends who are playing a lot every day. Not that that's a bad thing, but I just can't catch up. Or they're like, okay, I'm done playing this game. Time to go to this one. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need breaks. Like, especially over the weekend, I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just, like, go study or something. And they just go off to a different game. I'm like, oh my gosh. And yeah, the barrier of entry to some games, too, like, there's so much going on. I guess I've just lost my skills. Who knows? Anyways, let's pull a new sheet of paper. Okay, those 2 new sheets of paper. Let's put that one back. Single player games are truly amazing. Yep. Same here. Multiplayer is so toxic. I think Rainbow's done an okay job of fixing some toxicity. But I feel like it's only fixed the more egregious. Yeah. Genshin. I didn't know Genshin is crazy. Insane. Oh my gosh. But like Rainbow, the super harsh, crazy toxicity, like the slurs and things like that, that's pretty well dealt with in Siege, compared to how it used to be at least. But the actually, and I would say like the toxicity I experience on my own team isn't bad. It's just the other teams, and that's why I've chat off, or especially in TF2 or WoW or stuff like that. Just yeah, it's like 12. Oh my gosh. Could not handle that. Or like Warframe and Destiny. Okay, I can't talk about Destiny. I've never played it. But definitely Warframe. Like Warframe's a great game. I love it. I love all of it, right? Every single part of it. But the butt, right? Here, I'm gonna name this pure file real quick. There we go. Yeah, like Warframe crafting things takes days, you know? Like, geez, I know they're like, part of it's like balance and part of it is keeping gamers there and all that. It's maddening. Don't do it, Mr. Mod, if your mental health shit is practically a brain rot. Oh my gosh, you hear that, Mr. Mod? Delano, Mr. Mod. I may force that nickname on you in the Discord, Delano. Anyways, let's get our hour started today. And of course, instead of going straight to pen to paper, we're gonna do an analysis of a lot of these. I'm not gonna. We'll draw over it. Why not? Helps me visualize it. We'll wane off of the drawing, but we're definitely not gonna reference the drawing while drawing the actual thing. I think that's goes beyond what the purpose of this exercise is. Anyways, oof, my throat is killing me. Wow. Okay, we're gonna go here. Nice, really big. Oof. Sold my account. Good on you, Delana. Good on you. Cool. So here is what we're working with today, guys. Hepatica, very beautiful, and of course another purple plant. Wonder why we picked that. And we're here in our little drawing program, Paint. One day I'll get Photoshop, and one day I'll learn how to use Photoshop. We're going with a red. And so immediately, come on, this one's right in the foreground. Each one looks to have 4, 4, 8, split down here like that. Pretty good. Let's see, is that good? Yeah, I like that. So nothing really crazy here. We're just gonna do a typical branch, right? Very small degrees. I'd say it's flattest degree is probably right here, and then these just get larger as they go along, like that. That's a bit dramatic. Maybe it's a bit more up there because that doesn't seem right. Oh man, my throat. Okay. Genshin just doesn't respect its player base. They give them 3 summons on their 3rd anniversary, which is like 3 cents. Oh my gosh. Hey, they're still gonna play it anyways, right? Like that's probably the mentality of the devs. Anyways, let's. Oh wait, why is it one? Oh, oops. Start timer. Then from there, we're gonna just do our simple. We had a critique on our last one that our leaves weren't very dynamic, so we're gonna try to make sure we have these just slight curls here, nothing too crazy. This one's gonna be a lot like the potato demo, where it's a lot of just a lot of stuff, right? And we have a very unique opportunity here to do yeah, I'd say this we just keep going, nothing too crazy. Just like the daisies, and then we bring these up, which may be a bit difficult. Yikes! Oh, what am I doing? We need to bring this up to the center. So we'll bring it up to the center, and then we'll do our usual things, and we'll draw through all of our forms. So if there is an overlap, good. We'll just make sure to be mindful of that. So do all this. We'll complete it for this one just for the funsies of it. I think I should use those hours in Genshin to pursue art like Cav. Bob Ross. Yeah, that's the thing. And it makes me a bit upset because sometimes I think about like how many video games I used to play, and that was fun. But I'd much rather my time art, because a lot of people will consider hobbies, or a lot of people who don't engage in hobbies, I should say, or you know, it's a very delicate situation, right? They're like, oh well, hobbies are work, and I want to relax, and video games are relaxing. Then yeah, play video games. But if you treat hobbies like work, then either you don't like that hobby or you're not doing it right. And so once I started to realize that working out was fun, that art was fun, many people have told me that I've tricked my brain into liking to do hard things, which, okay, I won't disagree. But in that sense I'm very happy that I tricked my brain into doing those hard things, because it makes me feel good. I finish doing those things, I'm like, wow, that was fun, that's enjoyable. Now, you can't trick your brain with everything, but you definitely can with some things. Like studying, for example. And oh my gosh, here, give me a quick second, guys. So, oh my gosh, I'm dying. I need more medicine. Anyways, oh, my voice is really shot now. I just coughed really hard. Oof. So yeah, we'll try to just aim for these to be very dynamic. Petals are very round, so we'll try to make these leaf parts very sharp to contrast that. Yeah, I'm just getting a general vibe. Oops, general vibe. Oh, I forgot to mention, so yesterday I saw one of my professors that I really admired the other day. He's the person who got me to start doing general vibe, or like, stuff like that. You know, those little puns. But speaking of vibe, I've gotten most of the vibe of these plants. Nothing too crazy, it's just a lot of it. And I want to really obey proportions here. I really want to stick to those. And we have some nice perspective working on, because this is the largest, and then scale-wise, if we do our typical, we'll go green this time just for fun. If we do like a little scale marker here for this one in its entirety, right, is barely, look at that, isn't that like an optical illusion? This entire one, which looks like it may be close to the size, is almost half. I'd say it's less than 3/4 at its widest, right? And then this is a tiny bit smaller. These are practically the same size, and then it just gets smaller because it goes in the background. Now, the hardest part about this, I think, will be the stems, because they're so small. So yeah, we're going to do our little measuring trick. We're going to hide this. We're no longer going to look at it. Wow, I just hit it, and it hit it from you guys too. We're going to take a quick water break because my voice is killing me, and then we'll jump right back into it. I'm dying, guys, and Delano makes a great point. You could always balance both. Just go 50-50. And you're like, well, then I don't want to do it if I'm only making 50% of the progress. But yeah, but in a week, you'd be 350% better. Let's just say generally, right? Maybe I'll give you a 3.5% better than you were at art, and just not as amazing at Genshin or whatever it may be, you know? That's the stance I've taken, and I'd rather be 1% better at art every day than in 20 years than not. But yeah. Oh yeah, you're fine, Fatima. Thank you for checking in. We're surviving. I'm a very stubborn person, and I don't take well to being told to sit and rest. So I have been still biking to class and stuff. I would not recommend it, guys. If you're sick, don't go to school, don't go to class. I've been wearing a mask, but yeah, we're alive. The gym does not wait for those who are sick. That's terrible advice. Anyways, we're gonna start measuring. Please don't listen to me, guys. We're gonna start measuring our hepaticas, using our great centimeters. Now, I may be an American, but centimeters, metric system, that is the way to go. They're not units though. So, from bottom of the stem, kind of bottom of the image, which we will be going to here is about 6 centimeters. Cool. So that's kind of our base unit is that. The actual stem itself, I'm going to estimate to be nearly 3. So I'll say like the stem from here to here, which you can't really see, is about 3.5, I'd say. Oh, right on the money. Oh my gosh, guys, we're cracked. So yeah. So that's about 2.5. I would say like generally though 3. That's a nice comfortable ratio. And then yeah, from there, so the entire height of it, I'm gonna say is probably 5, but we may round up to 6. Yep, 6. Wow, that is just exactly 6. Guys, we're insane. So 3. I really like that ratio. And then let's see. I mean, that's a good starting point. I don't really know how I'm going to approach the things in the back, because there's not really a noticeable stem from either of them. We could bring a stem just going down from here. Stem down, same, just all this off the same stem. I think they'll get most of that. Same thing here, just a stem downwards, stem downwards. We'll focus on this group first. And yeah, so this one in the back is slightly smaller, so I'd say that's probably comfortably, like, I would want to do 4 out of 6, like 4 centimeters compared to 6 centimeters, but I think like that's shrinking it too much, so we would have to just go for a 5. Yep, that's 5. So scale wise, 1, this is 5/6 to that, which is a really weird number, so we'll just let like the natural error of me drawing something over and over again hopefully shrink it. This one is practically the same size, just the degree has shifted. Interesting problem here, guys. I think we're gonna pop back over to just kicked my PC. Oops. We're gonna go back over here. I think instead of just doing these normally, right, we're gonna actually add a ring around them, a ring around the rosy, if you will, because then we can make these go to there. And so for these, when the degree is modified, we can just do this, and then we can just bring it like that to it, and we can kind of bend them a tiny bit. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're back. Oh my gosh. Jeez. And yeah, boom. Perfect. So, of that sort, it will look a bit weird, but I feel like if we darken our lines and stuff like that, it'll be fun. So yeah, all stems are gonna generally be the same. Be the same? Yeah, I don't know. This I'd say is about half that one, but we're gonna probably normalize them to all be a very similar size. So yeah, these two will probably be the same size. This will be half. This will be, ooh, this one's quite thick, but we'll also do half to make it seem like it's disappearing into the background. This one's half as well, but it's just a different part of the plant, so that'll be fine. You guys can see. Okay, yeah, cool. So yeah, good stuff. Gonna hide that, not gonna look at it. Gotta pop over here. Oh my gosh, I need to stop talking for a bit. Just trust me, I'm measuring, I'm doing stuff. I'm gonna stop talking for a bit and let my voice recuperate for a second, and yeah. Okay, we're back. Sorry, I had to get a water break. Why I can talk still. I don't know why I'm doing that. Anyways. So we have some room to work with. I'm gonna lower my voice just a tiny bit. Here, actually, I'm not gonna turn up my volume because then I'll yell or something and it'll get really loud. um, yeah, I got a general scale for the height of the page. All of these are pretty good ellipses, circles. So there's gonna be three. The overall radius or diameter is 3 centimeters. And I'm gonna keep it kind of the same scale of the image here. So 6, 3, 3 with a. Or wait, no. Oh, sorry. Diameter is 6. Radius is 3. So 3 here, 3 here. So 3, 3, 3. This is the top. Go 1 centimeter down-ish. The right up. Do another one practically about 5 degrees, slightly shifted. And then we'll do one right next to that. But first we'll start off with the stems. So I'll do this stem first. I'm going to do an ellipse. And then off of that, I'm going to do these stems. Down here. And then I'm going to do this stem in the back. We won't really do a stem for this one. Actually, yeah, we will, just for funsies. Stem back here, stem right here. That doesn't really exist, but we're still gonna do it. And then stem, and then stem. So all we're gonna do right now is just circles, lines of circles, basically. I mean, that's all drawing is, right? But you know what I mean. Let's get to it. It's kind of bending a bit to the right while going left. It's a bit lower than I wanted, but I think that's okay for now. We're gonna do our ellipse. So we want it to go to about half of this. Oh, so that's a bit larger. Yeah, it's very large. I think that's okay though. Once everything's said and done. This is very large. This is very scary. Okay, I'm gonna take a break for a second. I kind of got the feel. We're gonna come back to it and just let my muscle calm down, soak in the information. Let's see how accurate we were. I have a feeling we were. Oh, look at that. That's almost exactly 3 centimeters. Guys, we're insane. Okay, let's get back to it. It looks big right now, but once we add the petals in that center one, the center one I'm going to estimate is about a centimeter. Oh man, we're up, guys, we're crazy. So yeah, a centimeter. We'll just do this. Of the sort. Not the best ellipse in the world, but it's okay. And we have this one in the back. So this one's center. It's going to be about a third down. And then we go 1, 2, 3 units, and then about right here. Maybe a bit closer. I'd say that's the center. And from there, we could do a stem. I'm gonna make this one a bit more general. There we go. Very nice. And we're gonna have an ellipse of a slightly smaller degree and a slightly smaller major axis. Yeah, that degree is way too small, the one I'm ghosting. Okay, that degree was really small compared to what it is. Yeah, whoops. We're gonna stick with it for now. We'll repeat this over here a bit. Of the sort. I think that was a bit too round. We may redo this after a bit, but we'll see. We have this one right next to it, which with probably, yeah, equally smaller major axis, and then a very small, probably this degree, honestly. Yeah, definitely that degree. In fact, I'm going to restart it. I like it so far, and we may return back to it, but I think this degree is very, very important. because this one, makes this one look very rotated left compared to this. So we may come back to this one, we shall see. Good stuff. Okay, let's do it. Maybe we could get even better ellipses with this one. So 6 centimeters in the center of the page. Pretty good. I like that. Let's see how close we were. I just like checking. It's fun. Oh, a little bit over 6. I think that's fine though. Gives us some more room to work with on the bottom. And then, let's see, a little bit less than half. So I'd say this is 3 centimeters probably. So starting here, don't want to make a big mark, but maybe even a bit lower than that, honestly. Feeling it. Let's see. How close were we? Oh my gosh, we were spot on with that second. Oh my gosh, guys, we're crazy. Anyways, okay, we need to stop doing that. That's unhealthy. We want a pretty good degree here. Decent, I like it. Yeah, 1 centimeter, so I'd say about right here. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go, if this is the center, up here, down a unit. Now up 3, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm gonna say about right here. I like that. And then a tiny bit to the left. Because if this ellipse were here, it's still part of that ellipse. If let's go back to our paint. Over here, if we're gonna draw this ellipse, right? Which is marginally smaller, actually. I never even realized how small it is compared to this. Probably about maybe a 3/4 of that size. If we drop this one, actually, yeah, there is. I'd say this is almost tangent to this one. So our center should probably be a bit more to the left. But height-wise, I think we're fine. Yeah, so right here, I think that's fine. And we're gonna just go down. And I think even having this kind of quick turn to it makes it look better because it makes it look like, oh, this thing's twisting. It's a bit more dynamic than our original one right here. So now we're gonna do this larger one. Yeah, like if this is practically 90 degrees, this one's gonna be 80, yeah, 80, maybe 85. So yeah, we want it to land about right here. And actually, if this is 3, then that's a bit too far. So yeah, this one's a bit too tall, isn't it? Guys, we did it again. I tried correcting halfway through, but we did it again. I have like 2 modes. I can only do like a 75 or a 90 degree. I can't go in like in between. It's very hard for me to do that. Well, we'll continue. Yeah, the bell in the center of it's going to be a bit sunken, and it's going to carry the same degree as well. Of the sort. It's actually much smaller than this one in the real world, but we're going to let it be like that for now. Forgot that. That was one critique I had yesterday. Always, always, always be paying attention to the size of the things you're drawing, and I messed that up right there, but we'll do better going forward. We have the one right next to it. And I'm not really paying attention to... I should honestly be just paying attention to these. So this is a slight up and left angle from this, so like right here. Distance-wise, this distance from here to here is definitely much larger than the distance from here to here, because the degree of this one is much smaller. So I'm actually going to leave it about right here-ish. Nice. And this one kind of goes like this. And I think I'm pretty happy if this was like right here. So yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. And then we're going to bring it down. And it's just slightly smaller. both the height, like height up here, height down here. And degree is obviously smaller as well. That's way too large. Ay, ay, ay. One more time. Guys, it's always the third time, right? One more time. And if not, we'll return to these. Like, I always say that, but like, literally, it's commonly my third one. Let's do it. If not, boo-hoo. Oh, wait. Did I even change my screen? Oh, geez, guys. I'm sorry. Anyways, let's get back to it. So. Good. Let's do the inner one first. Actually, no, I like the outer one. That kind of gives a constraint. Not the best, but I think it's okay for now. The whole thing is tilted a bit to the right, so we'll give ourselves that. So we want a third of this. Maybe a bit smaller. Yeah, it's definitely not smaller or centered. Okay, let's go up here. So this one we wanted to be a bit lower. So probably about right here to the left, such that this was almost tangent. So we would see A right here, like that. And then if we did the actual thing with the correct degree this time, still too small. Now I'm feeling it a bit larger. I think that's good. I'm gonna go out like this from the center. That's good enough. Let's do our larger one. Slightly smaller degree as well. Oh, and we need to make sure, I just realized this, if we're to drop a line right here, this edge goes past here a bit. Kind of, in fact, lines up with this, so it needs to be any other. So yeah, this one meets up right here, this one meets up right here. Oh, that's super helpful for figuring out the scale of this. Height-wise, yeah, we don't have many cues yet, but I'd say this, yeah, that was a pretty good estimate of that height. And yeah, probably goes to about right here. So now we have some gauges for the height at least. There we go. I wouldn't call it perfect, but I'd definitely say it's a lot better. And we're gonna go right here and have this similar degree, much smaller than this one, probably about this size. I think that's better. Very simple now, I know, right? Like, just very easy shapes, but we're diving right into it. We shall master this. Okay, so we got these down pretty well. Let's do this one now. So, like we said, we have this gap right here, and it's a bit up and to the left. And then height-wise, it goes a bit below. I'd say it's lowest right here. Actually, maybe even a bit lower, like right here. Pedal-wise, getting my mouse in there, this compared to this, so it's almost just half this pedal width. So if we did half of this, and then go over like that, and then you have your circle, so it's a tiny bit to that, and then, like we said earlier, it's just a tiny bit higher. Tiny bit up and to the left, like that. I think we're pretty good with that, because if we do this now, and we give a lot to the left of it, because if we do, this is 1 unit, it's almost 2 and like 1/8, no, a tiny bit more than this one, right? So that's very good. So this is 1 unit, so this is That's awfully low, but we'll do that. Of the sort. It's gonna go to about right here. And then height-wise, it barely goes over that one. Do that. And I'll do the center down a tiny bit just because I think it'd look better. And yeah, the stem behind it kind of just goes straight. Oof, that was a bit too straight. Jeez. That's a rare issue. Then we go like this around it. And it's tangent. Very nice. And then we have our bulb next to it. And it's still going to maintain actually a bit of a higher degree because it's round. And guys, I want to have a bit of a side tangent real quick. I'm not sure if you have cicadas where you live. I love cicadas so much. Not as like a creature, but the noise. It always reminds me of the summer. And oh my goodness, the song I'm listening to has like nature sounds in the background, and the cicadas are just absolutely taking over, and I love it. A lot of people find it annoying. I can't blame you. And cicadas are just crazy scary, especially at night. If you've ever, I think I have a video of it. I may drop the video if I can. But like if you've ever stepped near or on a cicada and it just makes that god awful noise, yeah, cicadas aren't fun. But just during the evening, being with your family, maybe you guys decided to eat dinner in the front yard or backyard or porch, or just with the windows open. And it's really, it has that like, I live where it's very warm. So you have that warm wind hitting you. It's a very slow wind. The leaves rustling. It's that like very summer, iconic summer yellow hue. Oh man, that's like such a core memory of mine, and I'll never lose it. I never want to lose it. That is so nice. And I'm very, very lucky that I could still have those experiences now. Still have my, wow, that sounds like I'm bragging. Still have my family. No. I still have the opportunity to see many of my family members and have those kind of nights. So don't take those for granted. I would make like a pitch like, oh, in high school, you youngsters, I'm not that much older than a high schooler. But also I feel like I just took so much for granted in high school when it came to friends and family and not having to pay for food or rent. Anyways, enough coping. I'm gonna take a quick water break and then we'll get right back into it. Everyone, let's say a quick prayer for Rise, too. He has been assigned the night shift. Not sure for how long, but he will be in our memories. And whatever time I can to talk to that guy, I would love to, because don't want to see him get lost in the fray of work. Oh, how I do not love those days. Anyways, let's keep using these little drop. I can't remember what the official name of them is when you drop a line to kind of help you. So in the middle of this leaf right here, which is practically right here, we drop a line. And then down here, which is kind of tangent to this edge, maybe a bit above it, so tiny bit like right here. It's in the middle, it's a bit above that ledge. We put our center dot. And we're actually going to drop this down individually. Like that. Then from there, we have this interesting degree. It's definitely a left-oriented degree, and everything's kind of curling, so a lower degree. It's no higher than the center of right here. In fact, a bit below. Things kind of curl forward with it too, they arch forward. So it's going to be a bit to the left of the actual stem. And then, yeah, because it breaches kind of right here on the stem, it gets close to that one. So we'll do a bit of this. And yeah, lower degree-ish. Maybe 75 actually. And that's it. Also, it's angled a bit, it's tilted a bit, and I kind of captured that here. Now, this is a bit inaccurate. It should have been a bit lower, so even though we're not supposed to not stick to our construction, I'm going to put our center in there, correcting my posture a bit. There we go. Cool, cool. Then in front of it, we have this leaf. The center of it is actually quite bit to the right of this one, and it's lower than this one. probably about right here. We have the stem going down like that. We have, I guess we'll also do a circle for this one. It's just gonna be a very interesting circle. Because let's say the smallest part of the circle is up there. It goes to about half of this, and it's pretty wide, so we'll go like this. Perfect, really good. And then yeah, we'll have, that's a bit too much to the right actually. Oops. Yeah. For sure. I wish I was putting in a bit more pain, in all honesty. Being a bit more stringent and scrutinizing a bit more, because this should have been to the right, but whatever. We'll survive for now. And this is a bit close to the bottom too. We definitely had a lot more vertical space to work with than we gave ourselves. And then of course in here we'll have our little bud. Yeah, once again, these should be aligned to the stem, but we're kind of failing in that regard. Anyways, in here, we have a plant in the background, which we're probably not going to do a stem to because I don't want to get too crowded. And then we have one right here. It is practically in the middle of both of these, and then a bit to the right. It is in between, actually, height-wise. It's just a tiny bit above this. Yeah, we said a bit right, so probably about right here. That kind of aligns with our idea. Now, it's doesn't really have a circle around it, so we're going to actually keep it simple for now. It's going to be one of those hidden ones that we've done in the past, where we're not going to even draw much for it. We're just going to do a bit of the center of it. There we go. And then just do some of the leaves poking out. So it goes right here and goes to the side of that one a bit. And the way we'll do these is, I think, yeah, we'll just start from the center and then go out. And yeah, it's just a bit, yeah, pointing like that. Nothing too crazy. And we have one up here, which we'll draw like that. Then there's some craziness going down here. So we'll do that. That doesn't technically exist in our world, but we'll make it so. And then yeah, we have some other ones back here, but we'll wait to tackle those. Let us see. Okay, so let's do the one over here to the right next. Much smaller than this one. In fact, let's pull out the ruler. I'm gonna guess from here, definitely 3 centimeters. I'm gonna set a solid 3 total diameter. A little bit over 3.5. Okay, there goes my confidence. The center of this, the bud of it, right? I don't know what you can call the bud. I don't know. This, like the area where the pollen is, I guess. I don't know. That's what happens when you work with a computer, guys. This is taller than this. Line drops here, so a bit halfway through this and then goes in. So that would look like it's going like this. Height-wise, it's only, I'd say, yeah, it's just a tiny bit above the tangent of this, maybe a centimeter. So probably about like right here. And yeah, we said it goes out a bit like this. A lot of it is hidden by the one to the left of it too. So about right here, I'd say. Oh, wait, no, there's a big gap. Remember our negative spaces, guys. So we need to be a bit above. So I'd say right here is perfect, which means our center is going to be a bit below that. Go right here-ish. Is that still aligned with this? Maybe a bit more. Maybe like this. Then we're going to bring it down. And it's not going to curl into this a lot. Great. And then, yeah, so negative space right here. We have our circle in the center, which we'll get to. And yeah, it's quite smaller than this one. There we go, very nice. And then the degree is a bit warped because, like we said, tangent, it goes about to the center of this one, but we're gonna move it up because I want it to be visibly smaller a bit. Maybe a bit more down, to be fair. Kind of keep this negative space going in here. And then we go, yeah, like we said, about a centimeter above. So this is gonna be a bit taller than it actually is in the drawing or in the thing, but I think that's okay. And then height-wise or width-wise, it goes probably to about, I'd say, right here. So that's actually pretty close. So it goes about right here, which is pretty symmetrical. Okay, I like it. So let's get to it. Tried cutting in a bit lower. That was a bit too in the center for my liking, but it's okay. And then we also have those little things to it, but we'll worry about that in a bit. We have this one back here, and I guess we will draw the full thing, but we're only going to do from the center, because the center lands about right in between these, the edge of that and the edge right here, and then it just kind of goes around like that. It ends practically at the center, so about right here, and it ends, I'd say if the circle was actually there a bit right here. So we're going to get about this action, quite small. And we'll have one in the center, so we'll do this right here in the center. We'll start with this actually. Yeah. Nice, and then we have the center. Oh, that was very large. We'll find a way to fix that. Oops. And let's see, this one up here is a very fun degree. This one's going to be a very small degree. Or, I'd say about 60, 65. We're going to jump from right here. This one is a bit to the right of this intersection. And then it starts at the top of this one. So, if it starts right here and then there's a tiny gap, let's say right there's the center, conservatively. And all we have to do is just drop this one in here, and it'll kind of disappear. No need to clutter everything. And so from there, that's the center. This center bulb kind of goes above that. And then we don't have much scale, but we can say this does go a tiny bit past right here. And it goes a tiny bit past right here. Pretty accurate, yep. Cool. And then height-wise, we do meet it right here, so it's going to be like that. And then it goes really tall up here, like that. So if we were to normalize this to a singular ellipse, it would probably be a bit like this. It's a bit larger than intended, but that's okay. I think it'll still look pretty. And then we have our bulb in the center. Nice. Yeah, that bulb was way too big. Whoopsies. Cool. We have these kind of happening in the background too, so we do have to consider those. Wow, this is like very childish looking for something that we're putting so much thought into. It's a bit ironic. But hey guys, trust the process. So here's where things will... Wow. Here's where things will get a bit willy and a bit nilly. But that's okay. We have this one underneath here, very far in the background. The height, let's see, it's a bit tangent right here and up here. So it's about that big. The right side is definitely off. It's more, the center is more right here, let's say. And it's very left facing, so we'll have a bit like this. And we definitely see the stem go down in this direction like this. So we're gonna put the left right here. Yeah, I think it's a bit too much this direction. I think it should have been more to the right. And then we're gonna have, oh, and yeah, that should have been much smaller. And then from that, we're gonna have our ellipse. It's left leaning only a tiny bit right here. And then it definitely goes very much into here. So much, the fact that we see it go past. So it's gonna be like this, in fact. Nice. Yeah, that was a bit big. Kind of regret it, but whatever. Cool. So we have the one right next to it. And this one's going to be really cool. It's actually going to be a super small degree. But we're going to see the bulb over here, and then this jump kind of over here. They're of almost the same height. I see the start right here. So we're just going to have practically about this. I'm not going to even do the stem yet. Just something of this sort. Very nice. And then we have this going out into the back. And this one that will happen right here also kind of happen like that. We have this. Oh, this degree should have been so much smaller. What was I doing, guys? Maybe we can try to curl it back or something if we really move it back right here. Cool. And then we jump back here. Very nice. Then finally, we have these two. Very fun. And yeah, then there's all the extra twigs and leaves and stuff, and maybe we could do an extra, like the extraneous one right here and stuff like that. Proportions wise, I'm pretty happy. Technically, like as in technical skill wise, not extremely impressive. My ellipses aren't that great, but we march forth. let's see, this one. So these are actually somewhat aligned, and so are, this one's a tiny bit above this one, so I'd say about right here. The sensor is actually quite a bit to the left of that, so yeah, right here I'd say. I'm pretty happy with that. And then yeah, the bottom goes a bit below this one, and the top is a tiny bit above right here, so about like there, about right here. Cool. Okay. Very hard to see, but yeah. Degrees lower. Let's be careful of the degree here. I'd say it's about, it's a bit shifted, but it's also about something, let's go about 80. Very, very nice. So true, so true. Don't we all suffer for the things that we love? So poetic. Just kidding. I love art too much. I'm not suffering. Okay, we're gonna do our lips right here. Before the stem, I know, heretical. Back here, like that. Very nice. And then finally, we have the one up here, which should be pretty fun. Same level as this. The stem's very important. The stem's gonna go down like this. The bulbs are practically on the same level, so we'll just go to the right. I'll let the randomness of my decision. It's a bit above. And yeah, it kind of goes through the center of that, and then goes down into the rightmost part of this, which didn't happen. So we'll try to curve it right a bit, or just at least go like this, of the sort, right? And then, by the way, Cab and Mod follow the same art lessons chapter. So if so, where can I find it? I'm so glad you asked. Yeah, we both are a part of something called the Drawbox community. I'm not sure. Okay, so YouTube makes me like send in my driver's license if I want to like officially post links. So I do need to do that. But here I will do drawbox.com. So, of course, please be safe with links that people send you on the internet, right? Always be careful. But I can assure you that drawbox.com is legit. Drawbox.com is a free fundamentals and lesson-oriented drawing program. So a lot of words to say. It is a self-paced, which is really important because you're not going to get this all done in a week, right? It takes 1 to 2 years typically, maybe shorter, maybe more. It depends on how much you want to do it a day. I've been doing it for about 10 to 11 months now, and I've definitely improved. When I say it's completely free, it is completely free. All the lesson material is on there and stuff like that. If you do want to get critiqued and stuff like that, which it also can be free, all you have to do is sign up with your email, right? And there's also the Discord, which you can join. You don't have to pay for it, and you can go to the Discord, you can do the lesson content, you could submit it, and get critiqued all for free. However, okay, there's the only get you thing, right? Is you can pay for critiques. They're called official critiques. Official critiques are very nice, and I highly recommend them. It's Patreon based, so you can get a $5 critique. Now, keep in mind, right? Most art programs out there are going to cost you about $500 a year. Drawbox has 7 mandatory lessons to complete it. There's also side challenges, but just the lessons themselves, that means if you pay $5 per critique, that means you're paying a total of $35 for a year and a half, in my opinion, worth of art content. I think, yeah, like I highly recommend paying for it. They also do offer pins, which I bought, and I can attest. Like, I'm not sponsored. Uncomfy, the owner of Drawbox, doesn't even know about these streams, I don't think. I highly recommend their pins, but otherwise, there's a ton of stuff. Yay, we converted someone. Yeah, no. But yeah, start at lesson 0, read all the content. It is extremely fun, and I bet Delano and I can definitely attest that we've become much better artists because of it. And not only that, the community is just awesome. A lot of the people in there are very kind, very helpful. You rarely see people as cool as that. And yeah, you can also, the Discord, there's a big community. Yep. So even if you aren't doing the official critique, which costs money, you're just doing the normal critique, you can post your artwork and your progress along there. And yeah, it'll teach you everything you need. In fact, what I will do, just to, as a bit of a sidebar, right? We're going to go over here and, for example, last night we worked on the Virginia Bluebells, right? And let me save this to the desktop. Go. Cool. Do this. Desktop. Drag and drop. Boom. as a testament to how like helpful this can be, I posted it yesterday. Yay! I'm gonna go join this cult too. Awesome. Man, I should really have like a use code cipher to get 20. No. But yeah, so here's an example. Literally the other day, I was like, hey, could I get some critique? And here's Mod Rise on the left saying, oh, it looks great. Thank you very much, Rise. But also some critique in there. In a day. It's a little bit flat, stuff like that. Sometimes if you made an egregious mistake, people will like give you a really lengthy critique. But if something that's like only, in the real world, like -5 points, no one cares. Now, there's no grades, obviously. And I really do want to make a video just covering like the basics of Drawbox. But once you do all the work for a lesson, you submit it. And like I said, please just do official critique. It's $5. I know that may be a lot for some, and I understand. But it's definitely worth it. And it's a lot of content, so don't like start chugging through it. And it's a very great hobby to pick up. I've felt not necessarily like healthier, but being able to like stop studying and stop doing video games and like have something creative to express myself. And it also makes you feel really good because let's be honest, when you're told to draw something and you have explicit steps on how to do it, sure, you may have some like technical faults, right? Like, oh yeah, I'm just not good with a pen yet. But overall, you produce some pretty good looking stuff. Now, that's not the objective of Drawbox, right? Drawbox is purely fundamentals. It is perspective. It is observational drawing. Boxes, stuff like that. But it's very fun. Now, of course, this is all of your own choice. But I would love to see more people in the Drawbox community. We are not sponsored. I should restate that. I just love it so much. Also, another thing, just a quick sidebar. If you want to get working out, calisthenics, hypercalisthenics.com. Also not sponsored, but I really love that too. Just that we're sending out free stuff. But yeah, pace yourself. I'll stop yapping about it, but I really, really do love Drawbox. Anyways, speaking of Drawbox, this is lesson 3, where you get to draw plants, construction. It took a long time to get here, but Delano and I have managed. Delano's in lesson 4. He's a bit of a pro. Anyways, let's get to it. So this degree, it's a bit rotated, and it's going to be a bit larger like this. It goes above this one, and it's a tiny bit taller than this. So we're going to go from here to about here. And yeah, the degree, the overall ellipse is larger. It ends about right here from this plant. And it's about right here for this one. So yeah, we have some good room to work with. We want to rotate it a bit because it's a bit to the side. Very nice. And then we have a degree here. Very nice. Okay. I think that's a majority of everything here. Cool. Okay, now for the very scary hard part. The stems. So the degree of a lot of these stems need to be estimated correctly. Thankfully, we drew this quite large, so we have a lot of room to work with in regards to these. But if I just measure the first one out, it looks to be, yeah, less than a quarter, or less than a half. So about a quarter. And we do want to, like Delano said earlier, just even in our warm-up, is yeah, we do need to pay attention to the degrees of these to have a degree shift because it changes on where we are. You can literally see that with the camera. My hand is a flat line, but you see more of the face of my hands. You see the top right there, and you see the bottom right here. If you're looking directly at it, it's hard to see both. So we need to do that here with the plant. Now let's really zoom in. I forgot to swap over here. Let's really zoom in. Wow, look at that. Here, it's obviously wrapping around, so we have a pretty high degree. I'd say probably maybe 45, conservatively. Up here, we do get smaller to maybe a 30, but nothing that conducive. And then down here, super deep. So we're gonna get about, yeah, don't worry about, yeah, people will help you as you go along. Yeah, it's kind of a difficult thing to start up. The ellipses, oh my gosh, the ellipses are so scary. And your line work may suck at first. But trust me, totally worth it. I'm having so much fun. And plus, to say, like, you completed Drawbox is actually a pretty big deal. Not a lot of people have done it. Not that it's crazy difficult and you shouldn't try it, but it's an arduous process that turns people into amazing artists. So, and that's kind of why this channel exists too, is I want to prove to not only myself, but a lot of people that art, not easy, but it is doable. To be honest, is there anything to do with faces, poses, and general composition? Because I've been drawing for quite a while. Oh, okay. Yeah, so if you think, that sounds so passive-aggressive. Yeah, no, if you want to, yeah, so Drawbox is very fundamentals-based. 2 things that I recommend, these are very, very further along, and I would honestly just recommend going through Drawbox, because doing the basics does not hurt, right? Because worst case, you're just really good at it, and you get through the lessons earlier. So, first off, I highly recommend you do Drawbox regardless, even if, you're pro, right? But Proco, he's a YouTuber that I absolutely love, but also content creator, artist, stuff like that. Proco has an entire course on anatomy, poses, and gesture, which I've seen a lot of people do and a lot of people really like. And then also the sponsor of Drawbox, you'll see it on the main website, is New Masters Academy. New Masters Academy is very, very professional. Like, it's kind of as professional as it gets. Actually, no, that's a lie, but it's much more professional than I'd say Proco and Drawbox especially. But one thing, there's a person in the Drawbox Discord named Grimjoy, who I really look up to as a just artist in general. He makes some amazing stuff every day. I should say. I'm trying to find the link. We have it in our art resources channel. I think it's the line of action. Here, let's see. Let me see. He dropped a link. He was like, if I was starting from zero, right? If I really wanted to learn gesture and poses, let me try to find the website that he gave. I don't think, yeah, okay, I don't think it was the line of action. No, it wasn't. Was it Ruben Laura? Oh, wait, no, Love Life Drawing. I think it was that. Yes, okay, lovelifedrawing.com. So this is also for intermediate, right? I'm going to post the link here. I can't attest to this website, but, let's put it right here. A great artist who I will stand by as a great artist. He said if he was doing it from above, this one is expensive. I think it's upwards of $300 to $200 a year. But if you're really set on learning it, do that. Otherwise, I would just highly recommend Drawbox. It's free. It's, you know, lesson based. It's very at your own pace. And like I said, worst case, you're really good at it. You breeze through it. That's fine. No time wasted because it's the equivalent of doing stretches or, you know, tinier stuff before a workout. So anyways, enough yapping. But yeah, very, very cool to see. I'm also really into figure drawing. I really want to get into posing, gestures, just people, objects, characters, stuff like that. Comics, or, you know, I would love to do that one day. But anyways, okay. So, yeah, we're going to start on this now. Where was it? Ah, geez. Yeah, okay, cool. Back to it. So, we're going to start down here with this main one, which is a bit hard to see. And we're going to do a higher degree down here. We kind of have to decide, so I'm going to actually start right here. And I hate to use my ruler, but I just want a general estimate. Yeah, it's going to be bet, so very, very small, like this. It's a tiny bit smaller than this as well, but I want to stick to this for now. Like that. Should be smaller than that, but we're sticking to this for now. We'll do another one higher degree. Finally, here we go. As a person who picks up not a lot of hobbies, but has picked up hobbies and sucked at them, as nice as that sounds, right? That's a bit too consistent, but whatever. When I started the hybrid calisthenics program, which I'll also shout out, hybridcalisthenics.com, completely free, don't even need an email workout program, and dietary planner that I haven't used, so I can't really attest to that. I started off with like the elbow push-ups, or like the wall push-ups. Even though I definitely didn't need to do that, I found it extremely useful to start from the bare bones basics. Because then it's really hard to mess up later down the line. If you can nail the basics, you're pretty set going forward. Anyways, let's do these. Nice. Had a bit of an overlap right there, but that's okay. Okay, we want these to be somewhat parallel. That's harsh. That's bad. That sucks. But it's very unnoticeable, and we could probably patch that up later. So, cool. Let's continue. We only have so much time left, so let's get just knock a couple of these stems out while we can. I like this stem. Degree definitely increases. We're gonna have a bit of a higher degree right here. I'd say maybe like, we'll start with a 40, then you go to a 50, 60, and then I want to get really high, like a 70 right there. So yeah, this one is the one under this one, so this one's right over here, which has an annoyingly less of the stem that's actually in the real thing. So we're gonna start off here with probably our 50, I think. Cool, and then we're gonna get a bit higher. Nice, and then really high. Cool, cool. I don't know why I keep saying that recently. I really like seeing draw boxes like a dojo, you know? It's like all these people, some training much harder than others, let's be honest. But training nonetheless, every day, pushing themselves to be great artists. Because you can't deny, everyone in the Drawbox Discord, despite their skill, has some kind of passion inside of them to push these things. Oh, yeah, so we have a tinier one right here, and in fact, I'll draw this. It's very small. About right there. And it covers the stem, so we'll... And from the center, we go up here. It's a bit bigger than this one, but whatever. Go up here. And then we go down. And this one's really towards us. So we can maybe even do this. It's a bit sharp. These are really round, rotund. This one's going to be a bit flatter up here like this. And then a bit round like this. Oh yeah, I was about to say this, and I forgot. Yeah, so when I was in Portugal, there's like seagulls in the music right now. When I was in Portugal, I saw I've never seen like seagulls before, or at least for as long as I could remember. It's like, oh, they're adorable. Look at these guys. They're so friendly. Like, they're so close to people. And, like, stuff like that. Within, like, 2 days, I was like, these birds are the most annoying birds on the planet. Like, I initially thought, like, why does everyone hate seagulls? You know, like, everyone's so against seagulls and stuff. Like, literally took me 2 days. And I didn't hate them. I'd never hurt a seagull, right? But I was, like, yeah, shooing them away, stuff like that. Stuff I'd never do with, like, a grackle or, like, a starling here where I live. Especially the pigeons too. The pigeons were all up in your business. They weren't as aggressive as the seagulls, so I gave them some leeway. But man, they were way too involved in my business. Anyways, let's do this. Similarly, large screen. Paper's raising a bit. We're just gonna we'll get a bit larger up here too. We'll go to about that. So a bit larger in the middle right here. And then a bit larger. Cool. These are a bit thick and a bit choppy, but there's no redoing it at this point, to be honest. Cool. Let's see, what other major stems are there? Major stem? We have this one that goes right here. That's a very important one. That's a very small one too. That's gonna be quite difficult to draw. We're almost out of time. In fact, we'll leave it for the next Kavel. We'll leave it for Wednesday Kavel. So let's do a Delano review session of the day. Starting off, warm-up pretty solid. Like Delano said, we could do with some more varying of the degrees of these. Yeah, and honestly, I do want to apply perspective to these, but I really just should master. Like I've done it in the past with many of the other warm-ups, and I've been a lot more dynamic with it. But at the same time, yeah, these were all pretty similar. Ellipse is pretty good though, and I really like the box as well. A bit wobbly, but I think that's also because I'm bending the page. We had our first attempt over here. None of these attempts were bad per se. Yeah, Drawbox does have a mix of everything. I do love it. Yeah, these weren't bad at all. It's just, it was a tiny bit off of what I wanted. You make consistent errors throughout here. but I just wanted to start off strong, and I think we did an excellent job. There were some tiny errors, and I think it's just kind of forgetting what we were doing. It really requires an intense kind of focus. And of course, that's initially. Once you do drawing more, you won't need that focus as much because naturally you'll just obey these laws and these things you're looking at. But for now, for mistakes like this, which I think is just the most egregious on here, we do need to pay attention to that. It doesn't look like much right now, but there's greatness awaiting us in this drawing. If you do decide, yeah, of course. So, Fatima, I am in the Drawbox Discord at CIPPHY, and I tell this to everybody who's in the Drawbox community. Please feel free to @me in that Discord. There's many channels for either lesson art, or just art you make on the side. There's channels for digital, traditional, channels specifically if you don't want people to. It's called Well That Went Fine and Well That Went Poorly, where people aren't allowed to talk. You're not allowed to critique people. It's just for sharing art, and you're like, yep, don't tell me what I did wrong. I just want to post my art. And then there's another channel, Art Share, where people can critique it if you so. There goes my thumbnail for the art Zelda ambience. Anyways, yeah. So Drawbox is great. Obviously, bit by bit, you don't have to start it all in one night. You know, don't have to do a lesson a week or a lesson even a month. Lesson 2 took me, I think, almost 3 months. Calendar days, it took me about 103 days. Actual days of me working, though, because I did take mini breaks and I wasn't as consistent as I was now, it took me about 53 days, I think. So it takes a while, but it's definitely worth it, especially while you're in high school. And you have that like summer between high school and college or whatever you may do afterwards, so that'd be really fun. So yeah, successful day, though. I'm very happy with how this turned out. Very beautiful flowers. Obviously, I did say this would be a bit easier, and I will stick by that. But we'll see how that goes tomorrow. I'm very much looking forward to it, and these stems are, yeah. I hope I'm feeling better. I hope you guys stay well. Don't get sick like I am. But yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Don't forget to @me, share me any of your progress. Even if you want to just send a comment on a video, be like, I did this today. I know it's a bit awkward being the only one in there saying that, but it's definitely worth it. So, once again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.